here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young, and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Dolphins going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle, as I'm proud to welcome in the newest members of the Madden family. That's our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. They'll come out in the pistol. The first carry for the rookie from Georgia. It's Keith Marshall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it's first down, Miami.
And that's the way to get things started the first time you touch the football on the road. And you have to believe all week long, all they've talked about is, okay, going into a hostile environment. We're the visiting team. How do we take control of this ball game early? That's one way right there. No fear, guys, and if they had any, it's probably gone after that run.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Everyone's got 4 down. Set, wide, 20. Wide, 20.
Here's Tannehill. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Last year's second leading rookie rusher. This is Thomas Rawls. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The emergence of Thomas Rawls out of Central Michigan, chalk one up for the scouting department of the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year averaged 5.6 yards per attempt, most in the NFL. Of course, then he had that nasty ankle injury.
Well, he's back healthy and looking like the Thomas Rawls we saw in 2015.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a second down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Watch left. Watch left.
On second down, Wilson. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. A wall of Dolphins, and there are lots of them there to make the stop. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
And Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But in the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. In on the tackle, the rookie Xavier Howard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Granted, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They go play action here on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On second down, here's Tannehill. His throw incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Michael Bennett's one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end. But when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You got a problem.
And the back goes into motion. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Rawls. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Play action. Now Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So Ajayi picking up some yardage, and last year only 187 yards as a rookie.
Well, Lamar Miller's gone to Houston. That opens up more possibilities for him. I think we'll see the full range of his game, running and catching this season.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. To throw on second down is Tannehill. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he finds Julius Thomas. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Julius Thomas, 74 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And there they went crossing route again. The zone defense, what do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football, because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. he's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Wilson will throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold serve again. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. 4th down. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Thomas rolls. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they think they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Here we go. White 90.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Back. Ready. Blue 10. Blue 10. 8.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Easy. Check 51, check 51. 19. Check.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
380. Zero.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to our EA's. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John, why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, I bet you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the 3rd quarter. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Counterplay. Rawls. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go again with Rawls. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run.
Dagger. Dagger. Tax 50. Mike's 50.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 5 yards to go. Here's Tannehill. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. He's got time. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Going up top. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now Blair Walsh on for a long field goal. He's hit from as far away as 56 in his young career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, Let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And Stills over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Zebra! Zebra! Lucky! 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 Zebra! Zebra! Switch!
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Dagger! Dagger! Joker! Dagger! Dagger! Kill!
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Finding time. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Wilson to give to Rolls. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys in the...
Wilson going to give to Rolls. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal, the way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's down right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They stay on the ground, rolls again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Tight end to the left, tight end left. 19. He's coming. We got jump. Shift.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And taken right on the 30. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurt. And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And this is picked up by... And now off to the races down the right side. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Yeah, so hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
First carry of the year for the trimmed-down Eddie Lacy. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On second down, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Even though it fell incomplete, you see the value of a mobile quarterback. Great pass rush, but he was able to get away and still try to make something happen.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on for the 5th time here today. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taken right around the 44. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Tannehill on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 19 yards that time for number 19.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On first down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Ready. 5-20. 5-20. Come on. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion. Dagger.
One last throw here for Tannehill. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that takes us from second to third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.